let's do it today. Workout. Bring some weights, bring the good mood, the good spirit, and let's do it together. Warming up. It's been a while since I've been here, so great to be back. Been busy with my retreats and stuff like that, amazing good stuff. But now workout, extra focus for legs, hips, but in general, the whole body. Okay, shoulders up, come up on your toes, and of course, always welcome to adjust anything you want to adjust. Big movements. Maybe you take a round here, circling around, see if there's space enough, if you need to move a chair or something like it. All right, and running, heels towards buttocks, arms up and down. Four, three, two, one, and jumping jacks. You could be slower if you're not jumping a whole lot. You can do this. Anything is possible. Yeah. Let the fingers meet on top of the head and maybe getting all the way down to the thigh. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee opposite elbow like this, or up and jumping. So you turn your shoulders in different directions to make this spinal twist for rotation. You should be out of breath by now if you lift the knee up high enough. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pausing. Bring some distance in between your hands or your feet. Hands behind your head. Side bend. Don't go to the deepest. Navel in. Small micro bend in the knee. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Such a great way to get everything working here in your spine. Lift the right leg up, circling the hip. Don't be too quick. Find a focus for your gaze to keep that spot and keep your balance. And then ground the foot, other side. Opening up the hip, working with the whole ball and socket joint here. Such an amazing joint we have. Picture how much body weight this joint is carrying, right? And how important the hip is. Legs are for the rest of the body, right? Our spine. That's why it's good to work with the legs. Not only for visual looks, but also for health, which I think is the most important. Squatting, feet slightly out. Sit your bum down and rise up. You might do it in the beat. Down, 2, up, 2. Squeeze everything in. And let's just do 8 quicker. So 8, 7, 6, and I'm not doing like this, all right? I'm not leaning back, just coming up straight. 2, 1, excellent. Let's sprint, so quick on your feet, like you're kicking into a ball or something here in front of you. And even though you might not be jumping a whole lot, this, at least in my senior trainings, this they can do, and it's important to move fast, especially when you grow older. So keep moving. Sprinting. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee up like this, or jumping. We're almost through. Lift the knee high. And breathe. So I will go a little bit heavier with my weights today than I sometimes do. That's been my practice the last couple of months. Once a week, go a little bit heavier because I feel that it's good for me. So when I teach my fitness classes, I go a little bit lighter. All right, pausing there. Get some space in front of you and to the back. Grounding down through one leg, lunge back, down, up, and then move this foot that you had to the back to the front. And I hope you have space enough. So something like this. And again, not too quick. I say that a lot of times, but it is important. We want to have it in control when we do stuff like this. Keep moving on the same leg. Last, front and back. Great. Then we switch. Other leg. And you'll be, well, almost feels like the same. Yes. Because both legs are being moved here, right? Knee and toe, same direction. And get the knee, bottom knee, whatever which leg it is, whatever leg it is, down to the ground. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, walk out plank. So crawl forward. You can use your mats if you want to for your hands and your body. Knees, toes. You might know the drill by now. Shoulders back. Just hold it. Maybe you move a little bit. And then walk your hands back. That was the intro. Definitely do that again. Just stay there, be happy there. Or we can add a little bit extra challenge if that's your thing. Moving your hip from left to right. You can do this on your elbows as well. I'm coming out on the toes. So my hip is moving in a variation of side plank, I would say. But as such, I'm not lifting one hand. At least not yet. Elongate the whole spine, the neck included. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then get yourself back. Maybe a bit of water if that's what you want to do. And then bring your bar or body weight or hand weights, whatever you have. So I actually just purchased a new weight, so you might see one of my orange here more shiny than the other. Squatting is the first one. So feet a little bit wider than hip, not too wide, because then we'll do another one, another exercise. So hand weights down by the side if that's what you want. And then sit down and rise up. And you might not want to go lower than the thigh aligned with the floor, especially when you got this heavy load, if you have that. And again, try to follow my beat here. Down, 2, up, 2. If you have really heavy weights, make sure you engage the core down at the bottom there. Let's do 2 more and then we slow it down. Whew. And then listen up. Go down for 4. I'll count you down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Going deep. Whew. Okay, putting the weight down. I'm gonna use my hand weights. You can continue with the bar. We're gonna do rows in a moment. You might take a sip of water if that's what you like. Just gonna take this music from the top again because I so enjoyed it. All right, hand weights or the bar. Super important as we lean forward here. The shoulders are not like this. Bring them back. Maybe take a look in the mirror or window, whatever you can see. And then this direction. Lifting the weights up and down. Up and down. So elbows go slightly back. Yep. You're not bringing the weight to your chest or something. It's just kind of deadlift, so to say. Up, quick up, hold, and down for 2. Up, hold, 3, 4 more, up. Bring the navel in. Such a great upper back exercise. Stand tall. If you feel anything in your lower back, you might shake that out. I'll get back to the legs, don't worry. Bicep curls, up and down. If you have 1-2 kilos and you feel that it's easy, then maybe go a little bit quicker than I do, but not too quick though. Arm strength, and beside that, shoulder strength as well as the bicep connects to the shoulder. The tendon does. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Yep. Okay, pausing for the arms and the shoulders. Let's get into the legs. Maybe a little bit differently than you sometimes would, but don't underestimate this. I will have my elbows down on a mat, so I'm gonna do a plank. You can do this on your knees and you can do it just halfway up. But come down the legs and keep your hip down because they want to move up. We don't want that. And then lift knee up to elbow. Don't move the shoulders, don't move the elbows. This forces us to lift the knee high. Do you feel this? And let's fight the tendency of lacking or slacking here. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then you could come down on the side like this. Now listen up, this is pretty important. The hip here, we want it to be stacked. It's not stacked if I'm doing like this. I want space here between the bottom ribs and the pelvis. Right, so you can put your hand here or come all the way down. Bottom knee bent, a little bit bent. The other leg coming up. If I lift too high, this hip will drop down and I will have no space here. So I want to incorporate the core, keep the hip there, lift and lower. If you want like Pilates kind of a thing, you can point the toe. Navel in. And lean and lift high so that you're not leaning back. Let's do 3, 2, we're not done. 1. This is good mid-circles. And don't be too high, so go around approximately where the hip is, maybe a little bit high, but not too high. Keep the hip It's okay to feel the burn. If you're not used to this, you most likely will be like, oh, what is she doing? Let's do the other side. But know if you practice this a couple of times throughout the week, you'll get it. 4, 3, 2, 1. You stay on this side because we're gonna do a side plank, elbow. You can also do hand if you prefer, knee if you want, or up on your toes. You can stay, lift the hip up. It doesn't have to be like a straight plank, so just lift up. If you want more, toe, front and back. Lots of balance. Okay, 3. Doesn't have to be pretty. 2. And 1. Before we do the other side, because now we have fatigued both sides to some degree, let's do a core exercise. So come down on your back, supine, hands behind the head for support, and then do small crunches at the top. So maybe all the way up, 1/3 down. You can exhale Pilates way if you want, or not. Don't pull your head. Maybe you want to engage the pelvic floor as well. Elbows wide. Let's go 5. Lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. That side thing on this side, and then I'll come back to the more traditional ones. I wanted to add this in because it is quite amazing for the side of the hip, the stabilizing muscles. So again, kind of laying down here or all the way down. Lift up, hip on top, bottom knee bent, lift. You can definitely keep one hand here to notice if it's tilting. Point the toe if you're into it. And we're not coming all the way down to rest if you can avoid it. Circles. Remember, if I'm doing too big a circle, I'll kind of like be all over the place. I want the hips to be stacked and stable, so these hips are not moving. The leg is, but not the hip. And you can, of course, bring the hand down for a bit of balance. If you're really slim and you don't have a lot of extra things on the side, on the mat, you might really fold the mat a couple of times. Other way around. I feel this. Second side, always the worst. Circle the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Side plank. Elbow, you can do hand if you prefer. You can keep the bottom knee down. Okay, elbow stacked underneath the shoulder. Lift the hip up. Stay put and enjoy. Smile. Or see if you can find that balance. I'm not doing this to look pretty. I'm doing this because it works. Right, let's do 3. It's really hard. 2. And 1. Okay, sip of water or whatever you need. Come up on your toes after. And breathe. So these were the minimus side, the big, long ligament going down and tendon going down there. We're gonna go back to one for the arms. We will do bicep curls because most likely that's what you have your weights for. And then those shoulders, and then back to leg. You got the rhythm of it. So ground yourself. Bicep curls. Lift. and down. Let's find the beat. Just a second. Up, 2, down, at least for 1 minute or so. Not moving the shoulder. Stand still, not moving the spine. You can do it. Let's do 4 more. 4 resisting on the way down. So because that creates just as much strength. 3, 2, 1. That's so heavy. Oh, I haven't used these weights for a couple of weeks now. So I had my sandbags with me on my retreat I was just shooting at. All right, lean forward if you want to release your hands because the arms are just too tight. We're welcome to do so. But rows, straight spine, even though you lean forward, not slacking in the shoulder joint, right? Not that. Bring it back. And because I'm not there to look at you, I would really, especially in this one, advise you to go and look at a mirror, all right? Or if you have a window where you may be able to see what's going on with the shoulders, stand with the side and look to see what's going on. Let's do 4 more here. As you see my spine, I'm trying to keep, unless I'm looking to the video here, look down. Straight spine, neck as well. 2 and 1. Oh my goodness. Oh. These hand weights, I get like really ripped. I get thick skin on my fingers. Not the best, they're really cheap hand weights I got there. So that's why I'm excited about using a ball. Lift up. And we're gonna do lunges. And I'll do a few because I want you to go heavy. So you can bring maybe the right foot to the front, left back, mirroring you here. Navel in, and let's get to it. Down. And you want you to lift through the front heel. All right. If you don't have a lot of weight, you can lean more forward. Like I'm not doing that here because I have weight. But the more you lean forward, kind of onto the front thigh, the harder it will be because you put more body weight on the front leg. Again, slow down. Feel the front, back leg firing up. And breathe. 4, 3, 2. I think I'm gonna feel my legs tomorrow. And 1. And then pause. Especially if it was heavy. If it wasn't too heavy, get started on the other leg. All right, I'm switching. So now your left leg is at the front and right at the back. Okay, get going. It won't be easier just because we're waiting. Still need some discipline, some determination. I want to do this because I know it is good for me. I want to feel strong. All right. Keep connecting front heel, all of the back. You might feel your thigh as well, that's fine. I'll pause at the top. Keep the hips like they were in between 2 kind of glass walls, so they're not moving out to the side, especially when you get tired. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember to be safe when you put your weight down. Grab your mat. So again, more leg, but in a, I wouldn't call it subtle way, but different. And we want to attack the legs, the thighs, the glutes, all sorts of different directions, which is perfect. So we're gonna do a parachute, I think it's called in yoga. It looks like this, up, like you see you jumping out of an airplane, right? And then slowly come down. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, squeeze in, like the elbows and feet can meet. And keep doing that, up and slow down. Top part of the spine, glutes, lumbar, spine as well. Let's do 4 more. Go lift the knees high away from the floor. And then you can bring it down. Okay, you can put things on your ankles for this one if you have it nearby. We are gonna come up on our knees and do kind of a tabletop plank mix. Elbows down. What I don't want you to do is kind of hang navel in so the spine is straight. You have activation in your core, and then you bring your right leg out like this. And when we lift it, look at what I don't want to do with my hip. Okay? Keep that hip and that spine still as you lift. So no movement in your spine. Lift. Straighten the leg. Keep, if you lift your right leg up like this, I do, left knee and hip stays aligned. Lift. So these are isolated movements. I don't do them always because I rather get the whole body going, but sometimes it's nice just to isolate the glute, the hamstring. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then do small pulsation moves up there. Again, don't move your spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you can do whatever feels good now. Gonna do the other side right away. Get yourself down, navel in, straight spine. Maybe look, let's see what's going on there. Elbows underneath the shoulders, don't look down. Connect the spine and neck. You can point the toes as well. So you might want to draw the chin slightly towards your chest so you're not looking forward and you're not looking towards your navel. Lift. Lift. Are you still keeping that hip and spine still? Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Small pulsation moves at the top. Should be the hardest one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do an ab exercise. And let's take a look at time. Almost there. Hands behind your head. Legs up, or you can bend it. And let's just do bicycle crunches to one side. So all the way up, half down. If it's too much, bend the knees. So not crossing. To the other side. Exhale as you bring the arms up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite side. You actually get it a bit into your psoas as well here, which is quite beautiful. Other side if you haven't switched. I am not resting my head down on the floor. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, rising up again. Now you can say this is enough. I have done 30 minutes. Thank you for attending. I will add on a little bit more because I want to do more. Now that you're in your clothes, why not just do a little bit more? Okay, but don't feel bad if you have to say goodbye. I'm gonna take a sip of water and then do the second round of lunges. If you prefer squats because it's easier for some reason, not easier because it's easier, but better for your body due to knee or hip or something, do that. You have to phrase things the right way, right? Not doing things just because they're easier. There's pain, then we have to listen. Okay. Getting back to it. I think I'm going to start with my right foot at the front because I'm going to do lunges. You can do squats, as I said. Okay, let's just do 10. Down, 10. Back heel off, 9. Not pausing at the top. 8. 7. 6. 4, 3, gaze on the 4, very concentrated, 2, and 1. I feel like I could do 2 more. If you feel like rest, please do so. I promised you 10, and you got 10, you even got 12. Switch legs. I might just do 10 on this one. I feel like this is my harder side for some reason. Okay. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 4. I'm really concentrating to keep my alignment here. 3. 2. I can do 2 more, but if you want to pause, do that. I can do 2 more. Awesome. If you go heavy, you'll be out of breath. Then we're going to do one of these balance things that get into the side of the hip. So again, I'm offering options here. You can go here and just love it, do it. Or move yourself, knee, toes, same direction, over to the sides, lift the back leg off. Maybe like this is plenty. Or if you find it fun, go higher and find a variation of what is called half moon in yoga. Lower down, switch, turn the toe out to the side, glide onto the other side, slowly lift, gaze on the floor when you know what to do, hips stacked, and bring it down. And I'm going very slow here. half moon in a yoga pose would be with the hands down or one hand down on the floor. So you can do that. I just love the wobbliness of this odd posturing of my body. Just the last 3 ones. Elongate through the spine. Hi, flying, right? Gotta love it. Shake things out. We're gonna do push-ups, variations with maybe incorporating legs as well. I'm gonna do Hindi push-up because it's been a while. So my hands are wider than my shoulders, and I'm gonna do a down dog. So wider, this is normal, this is wider, okay? A normal plank destination. So I'm gonna bend the knees and kind of roll down and notice if your hips and your spine is okay with that. You lift the hip up and go back. If you can't do this or you just feel something that's not really working, do normal push-ups on your toes or your knees. It is an extra challenge for your shoulders to do this. But push-ups might be harder in the sense that they are more targeting specific group muscles here. 2 more of whatever you're doing. Okay, come down on the side and yet another isolating movement. You're gonna bring the sole of the feet together. You're gonna bend the knees, still staying on the hip like we did with that elevation of the leg before. Keep the hip up, navel in. If you have space here, that's good. Keep it. And then you're gonna lift your knee up like this. Avoid leaning back. So you might, if you're like, I don't know what to do that. If you have a wall, put your hip up against the wall. Then you'll feel if you're leaning back. This will get into glute maximus, the big muscle, because there's fibers actually going this direction. They're assisting external rotation of the hip. Right? Keep lifting and slow back. And I'm very mindful I'm not leaning back. Then other muscles will assist, which is beautiful, but not in this case where we want to target the glute max. Okay. Now let's do 3. I hope you feel it. Pulse at the bottom leg. 2. And 1. Before we do the other side, because now both sides fatigued, we can do a little bit for our upper spine. Toenails on the floor. Bring your hands down by the side, thumbs pointing in. Lift up, and you might do kind of these small pulsation lifts. Long neck. So again, no shoulders hanging there. Bring them up and back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn to the other side. You can definitely turn away from the screen if you do remember what is happening here. Bend the knees, so 90 degrees in the knees, but I don't have them all the way up here. Have them a little bit further down. So I hope you can see the outer edge of the sole of the feet there together, hips stacked, opening and closing the hip. So I'm really pushing my top knee up towards the sky without letting go of the connection of the inner seam of the foot there. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, core and inner thigh. So again, sole of the feet together, but now we're gonna go into the inner thigh a little bit more, and it becomes an as core exercise as well. You can keep your head lifted or not, if you can hear me with the music. All right, sole of the feet together, extend the legs out without stretching them completely. Okay, and bring them in again. Push those parts of the shoes together. Keep the lower part of the spine down into the floor. I'm not stretching my legs, just repeating that one more time. Because if you're new to this, you would most likely stretch your legs. Don't do that, because then you can't push the inside of the feet together and connect to the inner thigh. And that's the amazing part of this one. Feel it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. The last one, more directly into the core. You're gonna sit up, maybe you bring a weight. I'll do that. It's just a little bit uneven, this weight, so I'll roll with that. We're gonna roll up and down. So sit tall, and then do a little bit of an arch in the back without the shoulders coming forward like this. Roll down with control. Sometimes I say vertebrae by vertebrae, but if that's not really a thing, you might not do that. If you feel like lifting the weight overhead, you can do that. So of course the weight here adds extra challenge for the core, the six pack. And I'm going slow. Last 2, and then we'll call it today's workout. That is it. You can stretch and move a little bit. Do what you feel like your body needs to. We did it. I hope sincerely that you feel this in your leg the next couple of days. Then you know you have done something completely right. And how if you get really sore, don't sit still, move, because that will help release the toxins, or say, that's in your muscles. So yes, thank you. Make sure to like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that things. Share this video with a friend if you liked it. Thank you.